So today we are going to start one of the important subject, that is physics. And as far as physics is concerned, you should know there are different regions, there are different sections, and light is one of the important section in this subject. So today we are going to study our important section of the physics, that is light. So do you know what is light? This is very basic and simple question. You might have been defined so many times this, but now today we want the technical definition of the light. What is meant by light? ज्याला मराठीमध्ये आम्ही प्रकाश असं म्हणतो. या प्रकाशाला व्यक्त कसं करणार? What is the light? So remember that for your kind information, light is an invisible form of energy. Light is an invisible form of energy which made other things to be visible. Let us see the definition. What is light? Light is an invisible form of energy which made other things to be visible, and also it is a transitional energy which is continuously flowing from one point to another. So what is the important one? Important one is, it is one of the important form of energy. It is the transitional energy which is continuously flowing from one point to another point. Remember, with very high speed. With very high speed. For your kind information, what is the speed of the light? So speed of the light is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. How much is the speed of light? It is very high, 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, or we can say that is equal to 3,000,000 kilometer per second. Means nearly 3 lakh kilometer per second. Means remember my friend, light travels 3 lakh kilometer distance in how much time? In 1 second. Can you imagine this? This is the tremendous speed of the light. Is it clear? So what is meant by light? Invisible form of energy which made other things to be visible is called as light. Or in other words, it is a transitional energy which is continuously flowing from one point to another point with the tremendous speed, high speed, 3 lakh kilometer per second. Have you got it? Remember, so many times question may be asked like that, how much distance is traveled by the light in 1 minute? Okay, very simple, because you have studied that what is the velocity of any body, any object? It is distance upon time. Speed is nothing but distance upon time. So here, therefore, what is the distance? It is speed into time. Okay, what was the question that I have already asked? How much distance is traveled by the light in 1 minute? So it is equal to, here 3 into 10 raised to 8, it is the velocity, and time is 1 minute, means 60 seconds. So that is equal to 180 into 10 raised to 8, or we can say it is 1.8 into 10 raised to 10 meter per second. So that is the distance traveled by light in how much time? In 1 minute. Is it clear? So very simple, light is an invisible form of energy which made other things to be visible. Means we can see the other object due to the light. We can't see the light, it is an invisible form of energy. But due to light, we can see the other object. Have you got it? This is the light, and it is a transitional energy which is continuously flowing from one point to another point with a tremendous speed. Have you got it? So different scientists have been studied the light in ancient days, and they have developed the different concept regarding to light. They have developed the different theories related to the light. And here we are going to study all these theories, all the phenomena related to light, all the properties of light in one of the important branch called as optics. So question arises, what is meant by optics? What is optics? A branch of science, branch of physics, branch of light deals with the study of light and sight. Deals with the study of light and sight. Remember, साइंस के जिस ब्रांच में हम लाइट और साइट, साइट मतलब विजन, ओके, ये दोनों का साइमल्टेनियस स्टडी करते हैं, ये ब्रांच को हम क्या कहते हैं? ऑप्टिक्स. ओके, रिमेंबर, दृष्टि विज्ञान. हिंदी में हम क्या कहेंगे उसे? दृष्टि विज्ञान, ऑप्टिक्स. और इन मराठी लाइट मीन्स प्रकाश, ऑप्टिक्स मीन्स प्रकाशिकी. प्रकाशिकी, remember, it is a branch of light, branch of science, branch of physics which deals with the study of light and sight. Okay, and here in that optics we have to study two different concepts. One is a ray optics, one is a ray optics, and another is a wave optics. So what is meant by ray optics and what is the wave optics? Remember, my friend, ray optics and wave optics. So as far as light is concerned, as I have already told, different scientists have made different concept of light. Some scientists support the particle nature of the light, while some scientists support the wave nature of light. There are two different natures of the light. According to some scientists, light consists of particle, and according to some scientists, light is nothing but the wave. Okay. So due to that two different concepts, there are also two sub branches of the optics. One is a ray optics, another is a wave optics, or wave optics is also called as a physical optics. So question arises, what is meant by ray optics? Remember, this is the branch of optics which support the particle nature of the light. And depending upon that particle nature, this branch can explain the rectilinear propagation of the light. Do you know what is meant by rectilinear propagation? Means, in your school days, especially in the 7th or 8th class, you have studied that light travels in a straight line. You might have been performed one experiment of candle. Okay, light always travels in a straight line. And that property of the light is called as a rectilinear propagation. Or another one concept you might have been studied, that is the reflection of light, refraction of light. All these concepts are studied in a ray optics. So remember, ray optics means branch of optics which deals with the study of particle nature of the light. Okay, and with the help of that nature, it can explain the rectilinear propagation, reflection, refraction, etc. Now what is meant by wave optics? This is the branch of optics which support the wave nature of the light. And on the basis of wave nature, this can explain the concept like interference of light, diffraction of light, or polarization of light. So all these concepts you have to study in the 12th class. Okay, but remember that these are the two different branches of the optics, ray optics and physical optics. Any doubt here? First we have studied what is meant by light, how can light travel. The next, what is meant by optics, what is the ray optics, and what is the wave optics. Remember, now we have already seen that there are different concepts developed by different scientists. There are different theories. Some theories support the wave nature and some theories support the particle nature. So what are these theories and developed by whom? So we have to study one by one. So first theory is a Newton's corpuscular theory. First theory we are going to study is a Newton's corpuscular theory. Remember? So what is that Newton's corpuscular theory? Remember, for your kind information, this theory was proposed by the great scientist called as a father of physics, Sir Isaac Newton. What is the name of scientist? Sir Isaac Newton. Okay, in 1675. This theory was proposed by Sir Isaac Newton in the 1675. And what are the main features of this theory? See here, one by one. What is number one? Light consists of extremely small. Light consists of extremely small, weightless and elastic particles called as corpuscles. Newton has suggested this theory. And what are the important features? Remember, dear students, these are just the assumptions. Newton has studied the concept light, different properties of the light. Okay, and he has assumed some important points regarding to light. So these are the important features of the Newton's corpuscular theory. For your kind information, this is not 100% correct theory. There are some drawbacks. We have to see later. But first of all, we have to study the important points, important features. So what is the first point suggested by Sir Isaac Newton? Light consists of extremely small, weightless, massless particles, elastic particles called as corpuscles. What is the name of the particles in light? Very important. These particles are called as a corpuscles. And that is the reason why this theory is called as a corpuscular theory. See here, first point very important. न्यूटन का जो स्टडी है लाइट के रिगार्डिंग, न्यूटन क्या बताते हैं? लाइट में क्या है? लाइट में छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल्स हैं, इतने छोटे, मासलेस, जिनको कुछ मास नहीं है, वेटलेस, नो वेट, एंड इलास्टिक, बट these particles are elastic. You might have been seen elastic ball. If we throw this ball on the wall, it can rebound due to the elastic nature. So according to Newton, light consists of such type of elastic particles, and he named these particles as corpuscles. What is the name of that particle? Corpuscles. Now see here, what is the second point of this theory? These particles are emitted from the source of light in all possible direction. लाइट में छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल्स है, ओके, बट ये पार्टिकल कहां से आते हैं? न्यूटन सजेस्टेड दैट these particles are emitted from the source of light in all possible directions. जो source of light होता है, मतलब that may be bulb, that may be tube, that may be sun, whatever may be source of light, these particles are emitted continuously. These particles are emitted continuously from the source of the light. Look at this figure. This is the source of light. Okay, and these are the different particles. These are the different particles emitted from the source of light. Is it clear? Let us see here. This is the incident ray, light, and light consists of small particles. देखो, this is the ray of light. Here it enters on this surface from this side. Okay, and it consists of different particles. So what are these particles? So these particles are called as corpuscles. These particles are called as corpuscles. Is it clear? See here. So light consists of extremely small particles, elastic particle, massless particle, weightless particle called as corpuscles. And what is second point? Corpuscles are emitted from the source of light. Now see here, what is third point? Corpuscles travels in a straight line. Corpuscle travels in a straight line. हमें मालूम है, light travels in a straight line called as a rectilinear propagation. But why? According to Newton, because these corpuscles are always travels in a straight line with the constant speed in the given medium. Let us see here. Third important point, corpuscle travels in a straight line with constant velocity in the given medium. Remember, this is also important point. In first point we have seen light consists of extremely small, weightless, massless, elastic particle called as corpuscles. What was the second point? Corpuscles are continuously emitted from the source of light in all possible directions. And what is third point? Corpuscles are always travels in a straight line, which explain the rectilinear propagation of the light. Now question arises, how we get the sensation of light? So in the fourth point, Newton wants to say, we get the sensation of light when this corpuscles enters in our eyes. Whatever may be the particle, whatever may be the corpuscles emitted from the source of light, when these particles enters in our eyes, we get the sensation of light. That is the fourth point, how we get the sensation of light. Okay, now fifth point. We know that light consists of different colors. There are different color light. Okay, you have studied in the last year. What are the different colors in the visible light? See here. VIB, GYOR. This is the visible spectrum, right? V means violet, I means indigo, B means blue, G means green, Y means yellow, O means orange, R for red. So there are different colors of light. Okay, so why there are different colors of light? How to explain this point? Newton has explained this point so ordinary. Remember that according to Sir Isaac Newton, light consists of the particle, but sizes of the particle are different. Particles are not having the identical size, and due to different sizes of the particle, due to different masses of the particle, light consists of different colors. Means what is the fifth point? Different colors of light are due to different sizes, different masses. Okay, different masses of the particles. Now another important point. What is the sixth point? See here, corpuscles get repelled by the reflecting surface which causes the reflection of light. Let us here look at this figure. So see here, Newton want to say when the light enter on some surface, this is the incident light on this surface. So according to Newton, this is the reflecting surface. That may be mirror. Okay, that may be any polished surface. Okay, when light enter on such type of reflecting surface, then what happen? According to Newton, there is a repulsion. There is a repulsion between corpuscles and reflecting surfaces. That causes the reflection. Remember my students, this point is not 100% correct. Okay, but here we are just studying that what points given by the Isaac Newton in the corpuscular theory. रिफ्लेक्शन को कैसे एक्सप्लेन किया न्यूटन ने? न्यूटन क्या कहते हैं? ये जो कार्पुस्कुल्स है और ये रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस है, दोनों के बीच में क्या है? There is a repulsive force, there is a repulsion. That is the reason why there is a reflection. Is it clear? This is the sixth point. Now, another concept of light you know, that is a refraction. Refraction मतलब क्या होता है? Let us see here. अगर ये surface है, maybe glass. Okay, this is the glass. XY is the glass surface. Right? And suppose if light enter from here to glass, okay, this is the incident ray, then what happen here? There is a change in direction. When light enter from one medium to another medium, then there is a change in direction of the light, there is a change in speed of the light. That phenomenon is called as a refraction. So here question arises, why refraction takes place? According to Newton, why refraction takes place? See, this is the light, it consists of the corpuscles. See here, this consists of the different particles. Okay, so according to Newton, there is a force of attraction between corpuscles and refracting surfaces which causes the refraction of light. Reflection क्यों होता है? There is a force of repulsion. Refraction क्यों होता है? There is a force of attraction between refracting surface and corpuscles. Okay. Now next, another point. When these particles enters from one medium to another medium, there is a change in direction and velocity of the light. What is another important point? When light enter from one medium to another medium, then what happen? One medium to another medium, then what happen? There is a change in direction. There is a change in direction of the particle. As well, there is a change in speed. Okay, means in air medium, speed of light is different. Okay, in glass medium, speed of light is different. In water medium, speed of light is different. Have you got it? But question arises, in which medium speed is more, in which medium speed is less? So, in order to answer that question, Newton suggested that the speed of the light in an optically denser medium is greater than that of the rarer medium. Means Newton suggested that speed of the light in denser medium is greater than speed of the light in rarer medium. Remember my friend, actually this is 100% wrong point explained by Newton. Afterwards, it has been disproved by another scientist, Foucault. And Foucault has proved velocity of light in a rarer medium is greater than velocity of light in a denser medium. But in order to understand this point, you should know what is meant by optically rarer medium and optically denser medium. Is it clear? Remember, here is a optically rarer medium. Glass is a optically denser medium. But students, not a single medium is rarer or not a single medium is denser. Either rarer or denser, that concept depends upon the pair of medium. Means if we consider the air and water, obviously air is a rarer medium, water is a denser medium. But if we consider the water and glass, water is a rarer medium, glass is a denser medium. If we consider glass and diamond, glass is a rarer medium, diamond is a denser medium. Is it clear? Remember that. So this is optically rarer and optically denser medium. And what is the conclusion of Newton's theory? Newton's theory concludes that velocity of light in a denser medium is greater than velocity of light in a rarer medium. Okay. Now another point. What is another point? Intermolecular spacing of the transparent material is greater than size of corpuscles, but intermolecular spacing of opaque material is less than the size of corpuscles. Do you know there are two different types of material? Let us see what are these types of material. Look at the ninth point. See here, transparent material. What is the first type of material? Transparent material, and another is opaque material. What is meant by transparent material? The material through which light can pass are called transparent material. What is meant by opaque material? The material through which light cannot pass are called opaque material. For example, our body is a opaque material. When light enters on our body, it gets restricted. That's why there is a construction of the shadow behind us. Any doubt? Concrete wall is a opaque material. Light cannot pass through the concrete wall. But if we consider the glass window, then light can pass from one side to another. So glass is a transparent material and wall is a opaque material. Our body is a opaque material. So question arises, why light travels only through the transparent material? Why not through the opaque material? In order to explain that point, Newton gives the ordinary explanation. So according to Newton, size of corpuscles is less than the intermolecular spacing in a transparent material. That's why corpuscles can enter easily through the transparent material. And intermolecular spacing in the opaque material is less than the size of corpuscles. And that's why corpuscles cannot enter through the opaque material. देखो, लाइट ट्रांसपेरेंट मटेरियल से क्यों जाता है, opaque मटेरियल से क्यों नहीं जाता है? ये पॉइंट एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए न्यूटन का अजम्पशन क्या है? न्यूटन कहते हैं कि जो भी मटेरियल, लेट अस हियर, यहां पे मटेरियल दिखाया है, ये देखो, ये जो है ग्लास है. सो इसका इंटरमोलिकुलर स्पेसिंग मतलब the distance between two consecutive molecule is called as a intermolecular spacing. Okay, कॉर्पस्कुल का साइज जो है ट्रांसपेरेंट मटेरियल का जो इंटरमोलिकुलर स्पेसिंग है उससे कम है. इसलिए कॉर्पस्कुल्स इंटरमोलिकुलर स्पेसिंग से, ट्रांसपेरेंट मटेरियल से इस ओर से उस ओर जा सकते हैं. दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई लाइट ट्रैवल थ्रू द ट्रांसपेरेंट मटेरियल. ओके, लेट अस सी हियर. यहां पे देखो, सो इफ इट इज अ ट्रांसपेरेंट मटेरियल देन इंटरमोलिकुलर स्पेसिंग in transparent material is maximum as compared to the size of corpuscle. So corpuscles can easily travels through the transparent material. And in case of opaque materials, here intermolecular spacing in opaque material is less than the size of corpuscle. That's why corpuscles cannot travel through the opaque material. This is one of the important point. Okay, see here. So what is 10th point? 10th point is this theory conclude that velocity of light in a denser medium is greater than velocity of light in a rarer medium. That I have already told you. Okay, actually this is one of the drawback of Newton's theory, because Foucault disproved that statement and he has proved that velocity of light in a rarer medium is always greater than velocity of light in a denser medium. Is it clear? This is about the Newton's corpuscular theory. Once again, summarize the points. What is Newton's corpuscular theory? This theory was proposed by Sir Isaac Newton in 1675. What are the important features? See, light consists of extremely small, weightless and elastic particles called as corpuscles. Second point, these particles are emitted from source of light in all possible directions. Number 3, corpuscle travels in a straight line with constant velocity. Number 4, we get the sensation of light when these particles enters in our eyes. Number 5, different colors of light are due to different sizes and masses of the corpuscles. Sixth point, corpuscles get repelled by the reflecting surface, which causes the reflection of light. Seventh point, corpuscles get attracted by the refracting surface, which causes the refraction of light. Eighth one, when these particles enters from one medium to another, there is a change in direction and velocity of particles. Ninth one, intermolecular spacing of transparent material is greater than the size of corpuscles, but intermolecular spacing of opaque material is less than the size of corpuscles. Hence, light pass only through the transparent material and get restricted by the opaque material. 10th point, this theory conclude that velocity of light in a denser medium is greater than velocity of light in a rarer medium, which is actually completely wrong point, but this is the 10th assumption, 10th point given by the Newton. This is about Newton's corpuscular theory. So, I have already explained that this was the first theory, initial theory given by Sir Isaac Newton. That's why obviously there are some drawbacks of Newton's corpuscular theory. So here we are going to study what are the drawbacks of Newton's corpuscular theory. See here. So what is the first drawback? According to one of the assumptions of this theory, these corpuscles or small particles are continuously emitted from the source of light. But we know that if massive particles are continuously emitted from the source of light, there must be the degradation of the source of light. There must be the decay in the source of light. Means mass of source of light should goes on decreasing. But in fact, this doesn't happen. Why not? Newton's theory could not explain, and this is the first drawback of Newton's corpuscular theory. Newton's corpuscular theory suggested that source of light continuously emit the particle. But if some body continuously emit the particle, there must be the degradation. There should be the decrease in mass. But actually, in fact, this doesn't happen. Why not? This theory could not explain. Okay. Now see here. This theory explains the reflection separately. This theory explains the refraction separately. Reflection is due to the repulsion between the reflecting surface and corpuscles. Refraction is due to the attraction between the refracting surface and corpuscles. But remember that in some cases, what happens? Suppose this is the source of light. This is a polished surface. Okay, like glass. So what happens? In practice, we know that when light enter on such type of reflecting surface, okay, what happens? There is a reflection of the light. Some energy get reflect, and at the same time some get refract. And such a phenomenon is called as a simultaneous reflection-refraction phenomenon. According to Newton, reflection takes place due to repulsion. Refraction takes place due to attraction. But in some cases, there is a simultaneous reflection and refraction. If repulsion is there, there should be only reflection. If attraction is there, there should be only refraction. Then how this simultaneous reflection-refraction occurs? Newton's theory could not explain. And that is the second drawback of the Newton's corpuscular theory. Okay. What is third drawback? According to this theory, different colors of light are due to different sizes of corpuscles, due to different masses of corpuscles. But here remember that this fact was not proved experimentally. According to this theory, different colors are due to different sizes of the corpuscles. But experimentally, this theory could not explain that point. That is also one of the drawbacks of Newton's corpuscular theory. Another one. What is another one? According to this theory, velocity of light in a denser medium, optically denser medium, is greater than velocity of light in optically rarer medium. But as I have already told, this statement was disproved by another scientist called Foucault, and he has proved that velocity of light in a rarer medium is greater than velocity of light in a denser medium. Okay, this is one of the drawback of Newton's corpuscular theory. And one more drawback is there. This theory can explain reflection, refraction, rectilinear propagation, but this theory fails to explain some important concept, that is double refraction, interference, diffraction and polarization. These are also the different concepts related to light. These are the different properties of the light. But Newton's theory could not explain all these phenomena. That is fifth drawback of Newton's corpuscular theory. Is it clear? See here. Have you got this? So, what is Newton's theory and what are the drawbacks of Newton's theory? Again, summarize the drawbacks of Newton's theory. What are the drawbacks of Newton's theory? First one, according to this theory, corpuscles are emitted from the source of light, but that should causes the degradation, decay of the source of light. But in fact, that doesn't happen. Why not? This theory could not explain. Second one, this theory could not explain the simultaneous reflection, refraction phenomenon. Third one, according to this theory, different colors are due to different sizes of the corpuscles. But this theory cannot explain this practically. This is third drawback. Fourth one, according to this theory, velocity of light in a denser medium is greater than velocity of light in a rarer medium. But another scientist, Foucault, has disproved that statement. So this is one of the drawback of Newton's corpuscular theory. Now next one, according to this theory, we cannot explain some important concept like double refraction. We cannot explain another concept like interference of light, diffraction of light, polarization of light. All these concepts, or that may be photoelectric effect, that may be Compton effect. We cannot explain all these concepts as per this Newton's corpuscular theory. So all these are the drawbacks of Newton's corpuscular theory. देखो बच्चों, आज हमने क्या इस चैप्टर में क्या अभी तक क्या स्टडी किया है? व्हाट इज मीन बाय लाइट. उसके बाद हमने देखा व्हाट इज ऑप्टिक्स, टू ब्रांचेस ऑफ द ऑप्टिक्स, रे ऑप्टिक्स एंड ज्योमेट्रिकल ऑप्टिक्स, और वेव ऑप्टिक्स, ओके, और फिजिकल ऑप्टिक्स, राइट. आफ्टर दैट different concept developed by different scientists, and first concept we have completed in detail, that is Newton's corpuscular theory. Okay, as far as competitive examination is concerned, like NEET or JEE or CET, remember that there can be one question on each point. So first 10 points regarding to this theory can construct 10 different questions, and 5 drawbacks are there that can construct 5 questions. Any doubt here? So this is about the first concept of the light, called as Newton's corpuscular theory. Hope so. You got all these points. This is very simple. सब लोग कहते हैं फिजिक्स बहुत टफ है, बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, लेकिन दिस इज द सब्जेक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. अगर आपके पास हुनर है, आपके पास इंटरेस्ट है, आपके नर्व्स टाइट है, so this is very very simple subject. Is it clear? But remember that it needs attentive mode, attentive nature of teacher as well as learners. Okay? So आज के दिन इतना ही देखेंगे. Next part tomorrow. Thank you.